Hello, welcome back. Last time I did the final battle in this world and got to the normal ending, I guess. So now I have a few loose ends to tie up. I want to tie up the loose end that would let me tie up this loose end. Right, so there's Dungeon of Legend, which is past a point of no return. There's Hell, which requires reputation I don't have. There's Hallway of Destiny, which is clearly for later, and it's not later yet. And there is Impenetrable. The appropriately named room that makes no sense to me. I'm just going to teleport into this waypoint. So let's make one more attempt to make sense of what's going on here. My goal in this room, other than clearing it, is to move west. If I want to move west... I've tried here at ground level, that did not work. I haven't tried here elevated. Don't know how to get there. This block barrier is suspicious. I mostly suspect that I need to go west here. No, I didn't try elevated here. Hold on, do I want to try that now? Kinda. Didn't I, though? I did something here. No, I didn't try it that way. I think it's much more likely that I go west from here. It's just that that's so extremely constrained that, yeah, I guess I can just assume it's here elevated or here elevated, because I've already tried here non-elevated, and nothing else exists. So, yeah, in this room over here, there's a pillar right here, or a pillar right here, basically. So, let's first look at getting up here because this looks more possible. Actually, no it doesn't. No, because there's no way to make this not a monster without eliminating it, and if I eliminate it... there's no way to get another push block there. Okay, well that's pretty decisive. I am definitely not going this way because it's a monster block. I can't put anything else there. If I get rid of the monster block, I'm just at elevation 0. So there's definitely no way here. So that leaves one possibility. And a half, if you want to consider going up high there, but that doesn't make sense to me. What's weird about this is that I can just clear this room now, which would lock me out of going this way. Right? It would do that, right? There's no mysterious magic that would allow me from a clear room state to step up here. So I have to be able to step onto the tile in the first place, or get pushed onto it or something. Which, if I'm not getting pushed, that requires this door to be closed, because otherwise I'm stepping onto an open pit, which Leaf refuses to do. So, there's no waypoint anywhere even vaguely in the area of this. Ah. Oh. Hello, I am Slug. I go counterclockwise. If I'm going around here... that's no good. No, that's no good for several reasons. So, this whole time I'd been trying to get here, I'd been thinking about coming in from this passage, which looks thoroughly impossible. There's a pusher right there. I probably could engineer some way to get up high in this spot. With you angry. Maybe. That's a little iffy, but maybe. Yeah, I totally could. I think. And if these were closed, I could maybe be pushed in this way. Total floor closed. Sure, so leave that closed. I would like this to be permanently closed and this to be permanently closed. So to put something there and there that will stick around. Doesn't have to be particularly permanent. This bomb bug can't really be moved meaningfully. Like, what could I put here and here? Nothing really. With some feats of engineering, maybe I could somehow get statue rubble onto theoretically both of these. What statues, though? These? Oh, can I man these myself? Okay, hold on, I'm seeing things now. Okay. So let's say this area was clear. There was no angry eye, there was no slug, there was no bomb bug. And neither of these switches has been hit. And let's just imagine that... No. Well, are you sure? Okay, sure. If we're imagining things, let's imagine that these three doors are jammed open. So that I can freely walk along here with nobody hassling me. Let's further imagine that... No, not yet. Although maybe I could. What's that? It's this way. No. What I'm imagining is Leaf being in here, manning these plates to let a statue come in through this route. Then I could kill that statue in this spot, and that wouldn't really work. They need to come in from this way, so that I can kill one here and one here. Then, this is jammed open. Well, these are closed, so that it's traversable. This is jammed traversable. My next... yeah, I guess I'm imagining, like, these... some of these statues are the ones that end up as rubble here and here. How that happens, I'm not so sure, but let's imagine it could happen. I guess that's pretty valid. So yeah, sure, if these were jammed open, I could let them in the doors, walk this way, wait until the statue is here-ish and I'm there, waypoint to here, walk here, kill there. Repeat for a second statue. Yeah, this protects statue A from awakening. Sort of. It doesn't actually, just the presence of another statue's body there is what does that. Right, so I'd walk in here, awaken, walk back out, get to a waypoint. Would I be able to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could go there. Yeah, I can escape to this waypoint. Teleport here, get the statue there. Wait, that won't work. I need to get it here. Okay, something I don't seem to be able to do is to get one of these statues here. But imagine if I could. An angry statue is sitting there. I open the door to let it in. These are somehow magically all gemmed open. Which might not be so impossible. Actually, yeah. That might be kinda sorta possible. Anyway, yeah, so I go through that whole loop back to jam both of these open permanently. My next step, I still have a third statue in here because I've only used 2 on that process. This third statue's job is to push me while I'm elevated. What? That's fine. Oh. Push me while I'm elevated. I elevate by waypointing here and walking a couple because I've set up a stack of blocks there that can do that. This seems beyond implausible. But also seems like the only thing that can work. But no, this is just one thing that could maybe work that I am thinking about. Anyway, so these are held down. Some angry statue, right, so this statue is angry. I've waypointed up high. Let's say I've stacked a block here, here, and here. I stand there for a moment while the angry statue comes my way. At the moment that the statue is here and I'm there, I step south. Statue starts pushing me this way, and then sits here ineffectually bumping against me. Well, okay, so how does this one get awakened in that hypothetical? Also, aren't these poisoned? Well, theoretically, maybe a statue could clear that poison? Anyway, forget about that for a moment. If by some magic I could have this statue be awake while I'm doing that. Oh, better idea. No, it doesn't work. Or maybe it could. Yeah, it could. I could shove a multi-push block in here, push it down. Remember, these are currently traversable. It stops at this location. So I guess I just do it a second time. So a multi-push block has stopped here. Another one, that could just be a regular push block if I wanted. Another one goes here and holds this. Just before I push that, I awaken this statue so that it's angry and waiting on top of this. Actually, I don't care about that. Okay, the statue who has pushed me diagonally is standing here. As long as I'm there, it'll keep bumping but not slide. When I step south, it will slide and then be able to push further south, and that's all I need. You will slide and start pushing this multi-push chain and get me all the way here so I can go that way. Okay. Now, that requires a lot of things that are impossible. And a lot of things that are improbable. Okay, so let's imagine other ways this could maybe happen. See, part of what's unpleasant about this is I have no information other than vague process of elimination that I even want to stand here and move west, so all of this could be for nothing. And I'm a little annoyed about that. Because, like, the extremes of what it takes to get my body up here are far beyond anything else that has existed in this entire world. And this just seems so out of line with the rest of the experience, I don't find it plausible that I'm supposed to say, I must step here and do anything resembling what I just described to get that done. But what does that leave me with? Like, how from the information I can see, am I expected to divine what I do to get into Big Boom Bunker here? I can divine that it is Big Boom Bunker, and that it probably contains a Terra key, and that there's a challenge there. Like, that fits the pattern that I can see. I've already searched thoroughly for any, Oh, there's something. Hold on. I got a devious idea. Let's see, how would I do this? Okay, so I'm here. How does this actually work? If I would save... This won't work this way. I need to make a new player profile? Okay, so this is ridiculous. I've saved my current save. I'm going to restart the world. That puts me here, and the map now looks like this, and the question mark is still there. So I need a fresh player profile who has never explored... Basically, like, I want one who has the shortest path to get to Impenetrable the first time, and the shortest path to get to Murky Cavern the first time. And find out which of those two reveals this on the map. If it's both, then I'm right back where I am, but if it's only one of them, then I can cut one of them out of the equation and just focus on a single thing. Okay, so how could I do this? Okay. So I could... Let's do some wizardry. I'm going to actually restore to... here. Okay, so this player profile is currently in that location. I'm going to save and exit. Go to the world select screen. I want to export all replays. I'm going to copy this to another player file. Okay, so this is, we'll have stop the music, don't mind what's happening, that's fine, just doing some file I.O. It is a little annoying that this involves file I.O. Revision 3000! Ha! So now, yeah, there's a bunch of mess in here for various things I was testing. Sure, that's not the best name, but that's who I am right now. So then... Pat's World, I want to play this, and I want to import those replays that I just saved. So now, 283 replays were imported, so I should be able to... Ah, these have a new marker on them, that's nice. I should be able to input these, and as this player, make my way where I want to go with only certain rooms explored. Okay, now this is going to be a messy process, but yeah, I'm inventing a new one. So I'm going to change back to myself and do some map navigation. So from Chaos Unleashed to those two places. What is the short route there? Okay, so I need to be able to get to that ladder, which I believe I do... No, wait, it's this ladder. All I gotta do is... There isn't a ladder there. How did I get to this ladder? Can I learn... Was it during one of my clears? No. Was it... Oh shoot, okay, this is gonna be... That's fine, let's go here. Oh, there's a ladder here. There we go, okay. There's a ladder here. Alright, sure, lots of stuff is happening, whatever, doesn't matter. Alright, so there's a ladder there. Yeah. So a clear on cargo ship in icy waters is sufficient to reach this ladder. Okay. So I need to step there, which means going through Snow City. I think I have traversal... Yeah, east access. That's input there. Snow sledding surprise. I'm gonna need some key collection. Annoyingly, yes. Gotta do Castle of Flames, which requires me to have entered from Fire Tower. Actually, no doors have been unlocked yet. By necessity. Except those two with Infernal Keys. So I need to collect 2 Infernal Keys. And walk this route to access Impenetrable. To get to the other one, Murky Cavern is accessed not from here. That one's actually a much shorter path. Extremely short. Okay, and if I get my information that way, then that's very straightforward. So I can simply do Chaos Unleashed, Hopscotch, and that's enough. Then I can go down, walk north. I gotta clear this room, but that's fine. Walk north, see what the map shows me, and that's the information that I want. Well, that's part of it. So before I step in here, I'll make a copy of the player profile. If this does show me a question mark to the north, then I'll go to the copy and take it to the harder to reach place here. And find out if it does or does not show me a question mark there. Okay. So... change player. Input the clear. Don't go west, go east. Input the clear. I probably need to activate some waypoints first or something, just in case. Okay. And then did I clear it from here? How did I do that? Okay, great. That's exactly what I wanted. Input this clear. Okay, I'm going north actually, but not yet. You know what? Let's do step out of the room. Okay, so it is at this point I'm going to go to player data and duplicate. Oh, there's no duplicate option, so I guess I'll export and then import that. Like, once again, unnecessary file I/O, which bothers me a bit. I'm going to import as copy. That's fine. So here's pat test copy. I select pat test, I play, I go north. What do I see? I do not see a room to my north. Okay, so I have shown, oh, I could probably have found this on video actually. Because the first time I was here, I I know that I did this room assuming there was nothing more to find. So I had the knowledge at that time that the map showed me nothing here. Okay, but I've rediscovered that. Okay, so everything that I did there was information that I technically could have gotten another way. Okay, so that confirms it. Good. So, I have no need to look at Murky Cavern. Snow City. So, the other possibility? I don't think this is true, but the other possibility is I missed a down ladder in this room. Can those be under doors? I think so. Those aren't on the same layer, are they? But I don't think I missed a down ladder in this room. Can those be under cracked walls? I'm not actually sure off the top of my head. So I'll just check to see if they are. Any place a ladder could possibly be hidden. And I mean, I've checked most of the spots in this room. Those might be on the same layer, but again, I don't remember off the top of my head. It looks to me as though there are no ladders in this room, and I know you can't put a pillar on one, surely. No, that's false. Of course you can, right? I think? Maybe? I'm not sure, actually. But yeah, I think I checked under every object that could possibly hide a ladder. And there are none. So, that tells me that Impenetrable is definitely the way to access that. Since I know bumping here doesn't go anywhere. How absolutely sure am I that I can't eliminate this monster block and replace it with something traversable? Pretty? So the only way a block gets here is if it's pushed this way, or this way, or this way. This way is impossible because nothing can exist here. No explosions, no statues, no other, like, multi-push blocks. This way is impossible because there's a room boundary, so the only way would be across the pit. Or already existing here and getting push force from there. There's also telescoping, but I don't think that's involved. Those are sacrifice altars, so they're not going to toggle while I'm standing in this spot, probably. That's not necessarily true, but it's... like, I'm imagining going up here and, like, trying to push something across the bumbug's back. I don't think there's an action that would let something get pushed across, then fall down one layer, then get exploded over there. No. Either it would have hang time at elevation 1, or things would just happen in a different order. I think that is what would happen if I pushed a block up here by some magic, and then pushed left. First, the bomb bug would get attacked, creating a deferred explosion in this location. Second, the push block would move from 4-2 at elevation 1 to 3-2 at elevation 1. So it's hanging one layer above where the explosion will then process and push something that's not here. Then the block falls from elevation 1 all the way into the pit and doesn't get a chance to get pushed here. Some kind of like multi-push per turn getting through here. I don't see how that would happen. So I think I can cut out that possibility entirely. Okay, so I have indeed pretty decisively trimmed my possibility space down to just going west here. There's no way to fill in this pit. There's no way to stand on a pit at elevation 0, so I have to be on the toggle door at elevation 1 or higher. 1 is hard enough so I don't feel the need to think about higher. The closest waypoint to this. There are no undiscovered waypoints in this room, so if I go here I can see the full list. Closest waypoint to that is this one. Or this one. Waypoints are involved because I don't really have other means of elevation. That's not exactly true. These go up and down. Those go up and down. My original idea for getting through here was to pack a whole bunch of blocks in here or have a statue taxi me in. And go in this way. This hasn't been given a purpose yet, so I think it is involved in going through there. Like, is this just... I mean, the name kind of implies... Is this just meant to be twice as hard as everything else in the world? I wonder. Okay, so remember... I'm thinking about, like, toppling actions... Toppling actions, like in Broken Bridges. There aren't enough bumbugs in the room to do that. Wasn't there one here? Where did it go? Here. Okay, I need to start this room from another spot. Yeah. Okay. So how else can I work backward from here? To step onto this door, I need to be at elevation 1 or higher while standing here. For that to happen, I either gotta be pushed on a push block that's pushed by a statue, or slides on its own, which this area here is not icy, so that won't happen. Or pushed by an explosion or something. There's no or something. Pushed by an explosion is the only other one. Or I have to build a bridge and walk. Oh, that one actually looks more plausible than the whole idea I had about getting a statue to do things for me. Except no, I had a way to make that happen. Kinda. I didn't have a way to get these statues angry and here while I'm there, though. I guess to invent a way, I need to build a gigantic barricade that a statue couldn't push out of, like, double layered push blocks all up in here. Yeah, good luck with that. But this one can make it. Could he, like, carry a block with him? Block on statue's head, statue comes in, gets killed there, push block, then I have both of these. Ooh. Oh, I like that a lot better. Just one statue with a block on head. Yeah, how's that block get on his head, though? I don't think it does. Okay, well, yeah, no kidding, this is Impenetrable. So this is... I imagined there would be a whole lot of rooms like this in this world. This is the first one that's, like, really absolutely refusing to allow me to make any progress on it. But that refusal can only last so long. That's not actually true. But I will imagine the refusal can only last so long. So gonna keep at this. I have several new theories, and I have narrowed down my options. I 100% am not getting here from Murky Cavern. That is, beyond any possible doubt, confirmed. I'm like 99.9% sure I don't get there from Snow City. I don't think there is a possibility of a ladder that I could have missed with as thorough as I was. And since I know where the room is... technically there is still enough exploration remaining that I could get around to it from another angle, like Hallway of Destiny could come up around here. I find that implausible, but it is definitely possible. Nobody else goes underground. If this Dungeon of Legend wanted to come up and around... it would have to use how many rooms? Like, 1, 2, 3... No, it'd have to go... What route would it have to go? It'd have to go, like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? And there are only 11 rooms left to discover. And this is one of them, so there are only 10 rooms left to discover. Wait. 9... 8... 7... 6... There are only 6 rooms left to discover in, like, the very existence of. So it's probably going to be... one more above here... and like a couple down here, I'm thinking? Dungeon of Legend's probably longer than that. Like a couple more above here? I don't know. Alright. Alright, but... the possibility of Pat's castle leading there is gone, because this is a fully closed leaf node. Only the Hallway of Destiny could possibly connect at this point. or impenetrable. So it's impenetrable, probably. But there is the tiny chance that it's not. Anyway, so I think I just have to keep on working at this, and I didn't really input anything today. This was all a theory crafting day. There's this happy little slug going back and forth. But I've already thought of the possibility of it carrying me on a block, and that requires things I don't think I can have. And since this hasn't been given a use yet, I think I'm closer to on the right track with the idea of, like, bringing myself in through this route, with a statue pushing me, probably this one. Like, that's the thing that feels the most right. It's just the real mystery that I don't have a plausible answer to yet is how to keep these closed during that process. Okay, so next time I'll work on theories for that and see if I can get anywhere.